Good morning and welcome to the Mike Show for Sunday, May 10, 2026. 37 degrees at 6:47 a.m. And I am your host. I haven't said it in about a week, made some changes in the format. Might go back to them, I might not. But I used to say I am your host, Fa Kamal, but the way things have been going, and when I think about things, it's more like Fa Kami. It's more appropriate. Anyway, it's Mother's Day here in this US of A. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. I'll say my old corny joke that I always say. I've been called a mother before, but not in the same context. Woke just around 4 o'clock and was almost going to fall back to sleep. This past week, I've been waking right up. When I wake up and know I'm not going to be able to fall asleep, I've been just getting up and going with the flow. But today I really was able and was going to be able to fall back to sleep, and Max wouldn't let me. Started the screeching, squawking, and all the other things he's been doing for a long time now. I do not know what's wrong with him. Some of that behavior started right after we lost Sam. Max, Mikey, and Sullivan all started picking on Elsie. Wouldn't let her eat, wouldn't let her use the box. And that was the last straw that got me out of bed this morning. Max came squawking up there. After squawking, I don't know how long he was doing it, and came up and started harassing Elsie. But his behavior has changed so much, and I don't know what is wrong. There doesn't appear to be anything physically wrong with him. He follows me down around like a lost puppy. Everything seems like it has something to do with food for him. And speaking of food, this is how bizarre he is. There's two bowls of kibble out there, two different flavors, and he won't eat any of either one of them. But if I take some up and put it on Elsie's binky so she can eat it, he goes up and eats it. But he won't eat it out of the bowl. And I don't know. He's spoiled. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to get away from that. I'm going to talk a little bit. It was a pretty good dream going until I got stabbed in this dream. I ran into someone that I knew that was helping out at some kind of event downtown. They were, like setting up tables and cleaning up trash and taking down the tables. I said, "What's going on around here, Jake?" And he said, the president's going to be giving a speech and la la la. So he said, you need some help in it. They weren't really security personnel, but we were just supposed to also, besides taking care of, the tables and chairs and trash and other things, just keep an eye on suspicious and shady characters. And the president was, I think the president had just left to go to another venue. And this group of people of Mideastern origin came running up in a group, and we were going to report them, and one of them stabbed me right here in the chest. And anyway, I wasn't hurt too bad, and later on ended up in a helicopter talking to the president. It was pretty crazy. But anyway, we did let Max out this morning. He's not coming around. I've had my gruel. So many places to go, so many things to talk about. I had a pretty good day yesterday. Yesterday's thumbnail was Uncle Stuart. I really enjoyed looking through the pictures yesterday morning and finding that photo of Stu and seeing his interaction with everyone that was around at the time. Stewie was truly the glue that held us back to get all together back then. When Mischief and Rascal were alive, and Blackie. And we lost Chiefy, but then we had Seiji and Tone. Else. Uncle Stu was the glue that held us all together. Everyone seemed to have a different piece of my personality as a major component of their personalities. I don't know if I was just making that up or if it was really there. I don't know what she's after. These girls want to go outside, but I can't do it. To the 8 billion of you who haven't been tuned in on a regular basis, I grounded them the past couple mornings, but ended up going out with them yesterday afternoon, and they did about a 25% job of staying in the backyard, but they just won't do it, and I can't do it. And I'd actually love to be sitting outside on a blanket on this beautiful morning, enjoying the fresh air, wrapped up and warm, and drinking my coffee. But I just can't take the stress of wondering where they all went. And they won't stick around. So I'm not doing it this morning. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I might hop on a bike after I finish my coffee. The last 2 Sundays I pedaled out to Anderson Road Culvert, and I might go out there again this morning to see if the road is still flooded. But anyway, back to yesterday and coffee and wake up time. What did I do after that? I did yoga and stretching and checked the time to see which time Aldi opened. I wanted to go there and get some things. And I was going to bike and then decided to drive, and it said their hours were from 8 till 9, and so I went there a little bit after 8 and they weren't closed, so I ended up going to Meijer. Then stopped at Old Mill Coffee Roasters to get some coffee and scored some Peruvian dark roast. That's a new one there that they have, and oh, it's good. I had a carafe of it yesterday afternoon, and I'm enjoying some right now, and it's just delicious. Came home, made some eggs and a sausage patty. Got that sausage at Marine Market. The eggs too, from Don and John Martin's farm. Those came. After I regrouped and cleaned up things around here, I packed up some firearms in the truck and drove out to the range and did some plinking. I had some issues with my .22 rifle, and I made sure it was good and clean and went and tried some ammo that had worked fine for a long time and then quit working. It wasn't ejecting the spent rounds. And I started shooting, and I think I shot 5 rounds, and it started doing it again. I loaded up another magazine with some different ammo, and it all just cycled fine. So apparently it doesn't like that ammo, and we won't be using it anymore. But we do have a couple other weapons we can use it in, and so that's what we did, and had a good time shooting my single action .22 revolver and a double action one. I was Deadeye Dick again. I'm getting really good with those. I wish I could be that good with the 38 or a 9mm, but practice makes perfect, so I'll just keep going at it, and eventually maybe I'll be that good with the other ones. Anyway, we're going to take a little break. Welcome back. And I don't really mean that, and I didn't mean it when I said good morning either. That was for you, Margaret, a.k.a. Meg, if you're watching. Had a nice chat with Meg when I got home yesterday. I saw there was a message on the old track phone. I couldn't look at the thing that she sent because the phone wouldn't let me. It's not capable of doing that. I'm getting as low tech as I can. There's Ruthie. And there's Gracie. Come on, you got it. Come on, go on. You got to stay there. Anyway, she had asked about flowers. Did that fail? I got to pause for a second. Okay, we're back again, and I did notice some dandelions blooming in the yard yesterday. Mrs. Smith's flowers are starting to come up. The daffodils have been thriving. These are some little bluebells that kind of just came out of nowhere. I don't know where. She's got some over there too. She's got quite a nice little garden area over there. And I think I saw some violets back here. Got some little buds happening on the apple trees. Oh boy. Same with the lilacs. Oh boy, not much happening on the Wajela yet. But I did see yeah, there they are. Some violets over here. It looks like Mr. Skunk was digging there too. There are a lot of grubs, especially in our weed patch. You can see where the skunks have been digging and eating grubs all over. Oh boy. So Meg, that's what we got for flowers so far. Some growing over there. When neighbor Bob lived over here, he planted a bunch of flowers. He liked flowers, lilacs. That looks like a jonquil or a daffodil. I'm not sure what that is over there. Maybe tulips. Anyway, we're going to take another little break. And we might as well give a shot of this too. This is actually flowers on this bush. And they turn red in the fall. And I forget what that one is. The spirea's got leaves starting, but there won't be any blooms on that for a while. Alrighty. And we're back inside. There's those Beba girls. There's Gracie. Gracie! Gracie! Ruthie. And there's Coke. Hey, Coke. How are you, honey? Look at her. She thinks she can scratch her way through that door. So anyway, back to yesterday. Like I mentioned, I went outside, let the girls out. Can't remember if it was before or after I cooked a burger. Had a really good burger yesterday. Made refrigerator pickles as well. And pickled peppers. There's Mackie. He chased Elsa away. So she must be back upstairs. But when I was sitting outside, there's all our loves. All our loves that are only with us in spirit. Was sitting outside on the binky and looked, and behind my left knee there was a tick. To the 8 billion of you who weren't tuned in a couple weeks ago, I got tick bit by a deer tick, and this one was burrowed in me quite a way. I ended up going to the ER for that one, and it still hurts down where that one bit me, but I haven't gotten the swelling and the bullseye scar that you normally get if you've got issues. And this other tick, I've never seen nothing like it before. I tried to find pictures of it online, and it had like zigzag lines in a V shape. The wide spot of the V was up toward its head, and they kind of tapered together and connected at the tail. I'm not sure. It might be an American dog tick. I'm not sure. I'll have to try and do some more research on that one. But anyway. Oh, what else was I going to say? We finished reading the book we were reading to the cats. And fell asleep watching the movie McClintock. Watched a few videos about 1980s basketball. That was a good decade for basketball, I gotta tell you that. I don't follow much sports, but we used to back then. Anyway, mostly just it was something to do while you were drinking. Like most events of my life back in those days. So anyway, we're back again, and I'm not quite sure what we're gonna do, but I was thinking also today, my little opening that I developed over the years that I haven't done over the last week, my life is not my own, my will not be done. Humility and gratitude are the keys of life. Gratitude are the keys of life. There's no reality but God. Anyway, maybe I'll start saying that again, maybe I won't, but my life is not my own, and my will not be done. that part came about because my life is not my own, and my will, I can force my will to be done, but it never ends up being happy. But what I want to do and what I've seen happen over the course of my life, and it's been a consistent theme, uh, and there can be an exact situation between me and another person, and I can say and react and do the same thing they do to that very same person, and it'll be a negative response from me, and the other person, everything smells roses, you know? I don't know what it is. I just don't know what it is. And I don't know if it has something to do with the family pecking order, because I notice things like that too, coming from a large family. It's like, this could be just a thought or an idea of mine. There may be truth in it, there may be not. But as long as I'm the sixth child, the fourth son, and as long as I play that role with certain people, everything's fine. But if I step out of it and show some independent thought, there's something wrong with me. You know, I've noticed that before. Other things, I don't know. Anyway, this coffee's delicious. The sunlight feels good. It's calm out there. It is a good time to go for a bike ride, and I think I am going to go and do just that. And maybe I won't go to the culvert, or I don't know. I want to swing by the cemetery to visit my mother and grandmother and everybody else that's there physically. So that's all we have, and I'll do it from the cold gray ashes and coals of my cold black heart, my broken, beaten, battered, bruised, bloody, burdened, empty, hollow, cracked, shattered, hopeless, forsaken, forlorn, bitter, angry, tired, resentful, twisted, convoluted, confused, grieving, happy, and grateful soul. Piss off. Happy Sunday, happy Mother's Day, and thanks for not tuning in.